What's up, people? It's Everyday Entrepreneur. It's Kevin Buckner here.
Calvin Snowden.
I'm Mark Smith.
And today we're going to talk about a topic people in our community kind of shy away from. That topic is depression. You might be wondering why I'm having on these glasses. Because everyone wants to hide behind them to talk about the topic. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. And yes, I still have my shades on, but now I will take them off. Because as I mentioned in the intro, depression is not something you want to hide. You want to get it out, you want to talk about it. There's a lot of other people in the community that are going through it, and we're here to support. So this is a topic that I think is near and dear to our heart. And I'm going to let Lamar and Calvin kind of kick it for a minute, because I think this is something they really want to get into.
Thanks, Kevin. So it's interesting. When I was first starting my business, I had a mentor, and I talked to him, and I wanted to talk business. He would ask me about my family, my health, things like that. He shared with me that he suffered, and I can't remember the exact number anymore, but I think it was 5 or 6 years that he had depression. And I remember thinking, man, this guy has a company, he has a lot going on. I couldn't understand with all these positive things how he could be depressed. And I've had friends that had depression and took medicine and things like that. And I would be like, you got everything. Why are you depressed? So I couldn't understand it. Well, 2016 hit me. And, I had left J&J. I was building my business. And for the most part of my life, I always had success. No problem. But then what happened was I kept having setback after setback after setback with the business, client issues, things like that. And I got in a funk. I reached a point where all I wanted to do was sleep and work. And I thought I was sleeping and working because I was tired. Outwardly, no one knew what was going on with me, not even my wife. And I kept pushing and going forward. And I just said, each day to get better. And it wouldn't. So, it's funny, as I look back and think about it, I didn't know I was depressed. It's funny, Lamar invited me to an event, I want to say May of this year. And a young lady named Roz, hopefully she'll see this, she spoke about how she was dealing with depression. And I was like, dang, you know what? I didn't realize that I was dealing with the same struggle. And the thing about it was, when you're in that cloud, I'm someone that everyone counts on and looks to for help. My friends, family, I'm always the one. So when you're that guy, who do you go to? Right? And then when it's even tougher when you're a strong person to sit there, like us sit around the table and be like, yo man, I'm depressed. Yeah, man, get out of here. Like, we don't do it. We don't do it. And one day I woke up and I said, enough's enough. And I focused on me. I started doing things that I enjoyed. I ran. I started running. And I just said, each day, it's going to be better. And I pulled myself out of it. And to be honest, this will probably sound crazy, but I'm so glad I went through it. Because the thing is, and I've gone through some major things. My mom worked at the Pentagon on September 11th. That was her side of the building the plane went through. Right? Wow. Even with that experience, even when I didn't know the condition my mom was in, I never lost my cool. Meaning, I said, we're going to wait and see what happened. I was at work, things like that. So I felt I was a mentally tough person. I still do. Just because I had depression, I wasn't. But the thing you realize is, all these things just stack on you, and you carry them inside. So after, going through it, a lot of things I learned from it, right? One, I learned I have a great wife. Because when I finally talked to my wife about it, she cried a little bit. She's like, you never told me. And then I started telling friends. Me and you talked about it. And then I realized that other people struggle with it. Some have it, some have. And I hope that when you do, you learn it's okay to talk to other people about it. I think the other key thing is, as a friend, family member, whatever, when someone calls you, pick the phone. You never know. They may not want anything, but they just need to hear your voice.
Yeah.
Try to make time, because one of the things that I realized is when you pay attention to it, a lot of times people call you to talk about themselves. They don't really ask you how you doing,
That's true.
but take time to just check on people. And you know the thing about it is, you can see, like if you pay attention, you can hear it in someone's voice. You can see it in a status update. But, you know, like I said, I'm on the other side of it, and I take it serious. I try to talk to different people. Thank God I pulled myself through it. It's not like I had to take meds or anything like that.
Something to drink in your
Right. Yeah, but the honest to God truth was that I knew who I was as a person, but it was just one of those things that it was really hard when you've had a lot of success in your life that you can't control. Like, you can't control life as much as we think we can.
Right.
And the thing is, I had a contract with a large beverage company. They didn't pay all their money. I had another contract. It went awry. So I was losing money. I have 10 employees I got to pay.
Right.
I'm trying to make payroll every 2 weeks. All these things just keep stacking. You know, something goes wrong out. You get ahead and then your car needs something. You're like, Lord have mercy. Did I just take a break? Something. Please, right? And especially, I'm struggling by myself. My wife talking about I want to go on vacation to Alaska. I'm like, what? Oh. So, the point is, you know, it's nothing to be ashamed of. And the most important thing is, if you feel the need to talk to someone, please do. Because, I mean, it would hurt to know that one of my friends was in this place and even took it a step further and took their life because they can't deal with it, and all they had to do was go.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my story. I didn't mean to take so much time.
No, that's a conversation.
But I think it's important because a lot of people who know me and see me would never realize, because I never showed it. It wasn't like I was walking around in the dark. I cracked jokes, I did everything. But inside my head, you know, when I was by myself, I was like, man, this is rough.
Yeah, man. Listen, I appreciate you telling me when you told me at the conference, and now telling the world, because it really shows the strength of your character and as a man and as a person, you know, and as a business, as an entrepreneur, and you know, from the way the person has affected my life as well. You know, seeing, my mother deal with struggle with it and being clinically, diagnosed with it. And, it does bother me even if it's not you directly. Because I can assess to it too. Like, I wasn't clinically diagnosed. Like you wasn't. I wasn't taking medication myself, but I felt in high school because some of the things that I dealt with, that I was dealing with depression. My brother was away. My brother was away. You wasn't around. Whereas a lot of people that grew up, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people who I looked up to wasn't around. I was in a situation looking at my parents. They were dealing with their own issues with their marriage and wife. And I'm like, there's something ain't right here. You know what I mean? And like you said, you're we come from a community where, if we speak on a topic like this, we look at it as being weak. Men don't cry, men don't, we don't pout and vent or whatever have you, unless you're cursing or what have you. You know what I mean? So, these are definitely, it's definitely dear to my heart as well. And I'm definitely an advocate of what you're saying, as far as, I'm big on messages. When I call people, I leave a message because the power of your voice, like I said, even if it's not even, you wanting anything from them, it's just something in it. And like you can read, I can't read your tone in the text, email. That's, I can hear it in your voice though. I can hear it. You can tell me whatever I know something is wrong. And, a lot of people pour into me, when it comes to a situation like that. And that's why a lot of times, it's important in life. Sometimes we think about, why do I have to go through that? Why do I have to go through that? You had to go through it because you're going to be there. You got over it. And now it's time for you to help that person and be like, reach out. Reach out. You know what I mean? This is what we're going through, and this is how you overcome it. This is the form. This is how I did it. Everybody's different on the particular recovery or whatever happened in life. And we all know that's a big reason why we created this platform, because just as a person, you're going to go through some BS in life. As an entrepreneur, you're going to go through BS in life. It's like, it's a whole pile.
Well, and the thing about it is, to your point, is I mentor younger entrepreneurs. My mentor, like I said, he told me that. He didn't have to share that with me.
Right.
But when he told me, I realized, like, when I started to see, like, he was like, I would just be in a dark room. Like, I would just, and I'm like, Jesus, I know what's going on.
Right.
If he hadn't shared that with me,
you.
I might still be, you
Right.
know, and
I
it's
was
one of
thinking
these
that.
things that you have to get comfortable, you know, with saying, right?
Mhm.
Like, you know, one of the things that's kind of off topic, but not really, you know, Kevin has 2 sons, great father.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at his interaction with his sons, and I know that I didn't have an interaction with my dad like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I think all of our fathers, they weren't raised
Oh,
to be like
That's
that,
real.
right?
That's
So,
real.
you know, I'm sure your sons will come and say, hey, Dad, you know, a girl broke my heart, or I don't do it. Where we was like, you tell your dad that, you don't suck it, come on, man. So, my point is,
Get another one.
yeah, go out there.
It's like a bus. Catch another.
But it's one of those things that now it's okay, you can still be a man
Yeah.
and express emotion.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's
Absolutely.
finding that balance.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, as people see it in the future, no one has to struggle. And that's male or female. But I mean, we have a male perspective.
Absolutely.
To the world.
No, I'm glad you guys brought this up too, because Cal was going to kind of jump in on the end of what you were talking about with the fathers. I think it's like a generational thing. And I could be broad brushing here, so I'm going to talk from what I believe to be my generation, but the fathers are like, you know, like, where you at? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, my dad was a great provider. I call him an excellent father, maybe somewhat of a terrible dad. Because he was always there to provide, put food on the table, and I think that's what that generation was about. But where was the part where you needed a shoulder to lean on, or you needed some advice? It's like, okay, I can't go to my dad. So I went to my mom. So my mom was like the person who had all the knowledge. You were like, how's all that knowledge in a little old woman? But I'm glad you mentioned it. I try my best with my own sons to be both, right? Not only to be a provider, but also be a dad, right? Because at the end of the day, this is going to sound really sexist, but I believe a woman can't teach a man how to be a man, and a man can't teach a woman how to be a woman, right? So these are, you know, our lives are filled with experience. Little moments, just moments in time, right? And my thought is if I can be there for that moment for my sons, that may make all the difference in their lives.
Absolutely.
But back to the depressional topic, I mean, I think we all go through periods of lulls, and they may not be major depressions, but we all go through a funk. I've been in it a couple of times too, where even before I became an entrepreneur, when I was in corporate America, I went through a lot of little lulls, all the things I had to deal with, being a black male, trying to raise through the ranks of corporate America, and always being told in so many words you're not good enough, even though you know you're doing the best in the whole group. So it was always something.
Always being judged.
It's always, it's a judgment point. It's always. Now, being a black male, you just got to, sorry, sons, if you listen, you just got to get over it. But it's something you're going to have to deal with, but just realize you're not in it alone. Right? And I think that was some of the key points that you, Calvin and Lamar, were talking about. It happens to everyone. Right? So don't sit in the room, in the closet, or whatever it is, and be upset. It happens to everyone. Get out and do something. Right? That's the major thing. If anything, I'll leave this message is, when you're going through something, go act. Don't sit and be in depression. Go out, fight the good fight. Because you never know who's watching you, to your point about your mental health.
That's real.
Right?
And then that's why I love one of the sayings that that Les Brown says. He says, you know, don't look at it as you're going through something. Look at it as you're growing.
Absolutely.
And this is dear to me too, because when you mentioned about suicidal, you know, when I speak to people and talk about that, when I was 15, 16, I was going through a situation where I wanted to transfer to school. I just felt it was the best opportunity for me academically and athletically for me, and you know that's what had to be Lord Marion where Coach Brian went. And you know when you're told from your father initially yes, and then he retract on his word, it's like what? You know what I mean? And I'm trying to better myself. This ain't it had no money, nothing had to be paid. It was a signature, and I stayed with my aunt, and I'd be back and forth. So, but it was just one of those things that I just could not understand for years, and I was just this close to just being out, because I looked at it as a lot of times people don't want to go to school at that age. You know, understand the importance of education at that age, and I'm trying to improve myself on every level because I skated the year before. And I know in colleges they look at your 11th and 12th grade the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to put myself in a position, where I could better myself academically and athletically. And I just, it wasn't like we're from the times where we didn't have social media, right? So I couldn't say, hey, Dad, this is this guy here I'm telling you about. He's the number one player in the world. You know what I mean? I couldn't put up YouTube. It didn't exist. Twitter didn't exist. You know what I mean? None of Facebook didn't exist. It's real. So, it's like, and I don't know if he didn't believe my word, or did believe in me, or he just didn't understand, or he just had his own pain.
Sure.
And what I learned about through life is that a lot of time in our generation, they're passing their pain or whatever they dealt with to us. It's a lot of pain passing. Instead of passing their progressions to us. And that's why I'm always very careful, even with myself. And like you said, being a great father, and even I'm a father of my daughter. I'm always building self-esteem. I'm always helping people and motivating them to be the greatest that they can be. You know what I mean? Not just just being good. Like we better than average. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So those things are definitely there, and we had to talk about it because I lost a friend in depression, and he killed himself. He was a Philadelphia police officer. Wow. Him and I befriended each other over the years. We didn't grow up together, but when we were 15, 16, we met playing ball at the YMCA in Germantown. His name is Chris Epps, and we both got started our careers off at the same time. 2007, I started out with the health department as an environmental health specialist, health inspector, and then he passed the academy. We celebrated together. It was one of them things. He's one of them guys like that we would just cool through time. He wasn't like an everyday type of person. We would call and check on each other. You good? Yeah, I'm good. You want to go out? All right, we might go out. But it's like we always would do that. And then it just stopped. We're checking up on it, and ironically, she was a friend, and then she told me, so I had to hear it from her. So I got to call her, like, yo, he killed himself, and I'm like, what? You know what I mean? And it was just, there was something that was going on with his career, and he was about to get locked up, and it was just crazy. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? It's just like, yo, and it was one night that I'm telling you, again, this is what the text message I'm talking about. Instead of talking, he kept pressing to see me. And it's like 1:30, 1:45 in the morning. I'm like, man, it's like 90 degrees. This particular night I've never been. And he kept pressing, yo, when we go out? I'm like, man, the club closed at 2. Where we gonna go? Unless you know what I mean? Going to the Shakey's or something. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just one, so part of me was like, man, like maybe he was really trying to reach out to me that night. You know what I mean? And tell me what was going on. Yeah. So, I'm just, so it's important that both of y'all reiterate, like, talk about the problems with somebody. Like those who care. Some people not going to care. That's being flat out honest. Sure. That's right. You know what I mean? But listen, look, I need to talk to you about something serious. Yeah. And, and know the people who want the best for you generally. You know what I mean? Sure. Because that's very, very important. Surround yourself. Sometimes you got to leave that circle, go to the next circle, or whomever, because people understand what's going on. Like you said, if your mentor didn't tell you that, you might still be in that place. Exactly. You wouldn't have said nothing. You know what I mean? So, it's critical, yo.
I think to my previous comment, in conclusion, the most important thing is when somebody calls, pick up the phone and try to call them back and just listen. And honestly, one of the key things with listening is to listen. Sometimes people don't want your opinion.
That's true.
They just want to get it off their chest. Listen and I'm assuming that at the end of this video, when it plays, there'll be a number and a website for depression. And call it someone. So please, if you feel it, call it. Reach out to us.
Reach out to everybody. We got a phone number.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing I would say to wrap up, because I think this is a great conversation, and it probably needs to be a longer one. But to that point, I always see stuff on Facebook, and people say, "Don't follow from people who don't follow up on you." And, I'd say to that, don't give up on your friends. Right? So if you have a friend, I call my friends. I try to call them as much as I can. If they don't answer, I just keep calling. Right? And some of them you can say, hey, well, they won't call you back. But you never know what you're going through. So I keep trying. So like I said, great topic. Definitely need to do a little bit more of it. Hopefully you guys get something out of this. And we'll see you in the future.